Hello. All right. Good morning. Okay, so this morning we're going to work with resetting the nervous system and a nice, slow, and gentle restorative flow. And there's two things that we're going to be doing with the eyes, or two things we're going to be doing, one with the eyes and one with the breath. So to start with, we're going to just give ourselves a hug. So put one arm around your belly, right below the rib cage, right below your breast, and one arm around the top of the shoulder. You can tuck it in here in the armpit if you want. So you have your arms stacked. So we're going to access these different areas of breath. So just take a couple breaths here and see if you feel that area under your belly expand and then the area under your ribs expand. And just get in touch with filling the breath. So while I'm talking and showing you, you can just be giving yourself a little hug here to get in touch with the different capacity of the lungs. So basically, just like we divide the spine into three areas, we divide the breath into three areas. So we have, belly breathing, and that's really filling the lungs all the way down to the bottom lobe. And then we have thoracic breathing, which is where the arm is around our heart, and that's filling the area around the heart and moving the rib cage. And then sometimes you might get really stuck in cervical breathing up towards the top. So we're going to really focus on bringing the breath down, whether or not you get it all the way to the belly or just down just a little deeper. So sometimes when we're having panic or anxiety, we might be having really shallow breath. So we're just going to work on the capacity for the breath. So just take a couple more breaths here, and then I'm going to show you the other thing we're going to be doing is moving the eyes. So what we'll be doing in different poses is keeping the nose pointed forward, but moving the eyes. And there's a lot of practices now with eye movement for resetting the nervous system. So right now I'm just looking towards the left. My left probably appears as your right. And I'm going to just hold the eyes looking towards the left and my face is pointing forward, but the eyes are looking towards the left. And we're going to be in different positions doing this. And what will happen is you'll start to get a little release. So right now I want to yawn. And that's just from this reset of holding the eyes over. And then once I get that release of a yawn, maybe a burp, maybe a swallow, then I'm going to let the eyes just relax forward. And then I would take it to the other side. So sometimes you might be holding this position 30 seconds, sometimes shorter because you're just waiting till you get that release or that yawn. So if you're still holding yourself here, let's go ahead and take the hands off the chest, interlace the hands like this, and just put it behind the head. And then let's just try it sitting up. So, and if this doesn't feel good on the head or shoulders, just have the head on the thighs. It doesn't matter so much. But we're going to be doing this a few different ways today. So just take your full breath in and then let your eyes look one direction to the other. It doesn't really matter which direction you start. I'm looking towards the left. The head is pointed forward. And just see how long it takes till you get that little release. So yawn doesn't necessarily mean I'm tired. It just means that that's energy moving through the body. So once you have that release, just take the eyes forward, relax the eyes, close the eyes down a minute. And just take a couple breaths there. Maybe you're becoming aware of the different areas of the breath is going. And then when you feel ready, open the eyes again. We're going to look the other direction. And just let yourself, the nose is pointing forward, but the eyes are definitely stretched towards the right. And just stay there until you get that second release. And then let the eyes go forward once you get that release and just rest. You can keep the hands behind the back of the head and just gently push the head into the hands. You get a little bit more opening in the front of the body there, or you can bring the hands back to the thighs. So those are the two things we're going to be working with: the breath, the capacity for the breath to bring the breath all the way down the belly and work with between belly breathing and breathing in the thoracic spine, and then moving the eyes. Okay, and we're just gonna have a really slow, wonderful, slow flow. So make sure you're comfortable wherever you're seated. I am up on a block to lift the pelvis up, so you could be in a block or even a chair if you're having any trouble sitting, seated. And we're gonna take a nice stretch for the neck. So this is a place where things get stuck, right? So go ahead and just let your right arm raise up, reach for the left ear. I'll call the pose to the opposite of you so we look the same when I mirror you. And then we're gonna let the head just come a little bit over, right? So just opening up here in that left side of the neck and just don't pull it, just let the weight of the arm come over. Now, with the left hand, you can have the fingertips on the mat, or you can even stretch the left hand out and brighten the fingers. And then from here, we're gonna just keep the head pointed forward, keep everything exactly as it is. I'm gonna actually put my hand on the mat and then just look the eyes towards that upper left corner. So just what we were doing before, but just looking the eyes up. So towards the ceiling, towards the upper left corner, just pausing here. And then just, again, pausing till you get that sense of release or relief. So looking the eyes up towards the ceiling. And then for me, it's a yawn. And then once I get that release, I'm going to just let the eyes go down towards the bottom corner. So I'm going to look down towards the right thigh. So go ahead, I'm going to wait another few breaths so we all get that really luscious release. And then I'm going to let the head follow the eyes. So I'm looking down towards the right thigh, and I'm going to just let the head, I'm going to walk the hand to the back of the skull and look down at that right thigh and just pause there. So now the head and the eyes and the nose are lined up again, looking the same direction. And close off the eyes if you wish. Just let that head release. Again, your hand can be up, fingers bright, or at the mat. Another full breath in. Full breath out. And then we're going to release the hand from the back of the head. Let the chin roll towards the chest and just pause there for a moment and then roll back up. So it's a little bit like magic, this nervous system reset. So go ahead and let your left hand float up towards the right ear. And again, it's just the weight of the arm. So you're not trying to pull a lot. You're just letting it start to unwind slowly. And then we're going to take our eyeballs up. So decide what you want to do with your right hand. If you like that out, if you like it down at the mat, you can change it anytime. And then let the eyeballs look up towards the right corner. Nose is looking forward, just stretching out those eyes until you get that release. So the more you do this, the more accessible it is, right? Maybe the quicker the release is happening. So just allow yourself plenty of time this morning. Keep looking to the right corner until you get that nice yawn, or sometimes it might just be a swallow. You might feel something like clicking in your ear, something unwinds. And then as soon as you get that release, letting the eyes then look down towards the left corner. So down towards the left thigh. Just take a couple more breaths there. So if you're not getting the release right away, just stay with it. And then go ahead and look down at the left thigh, walk the hands to the back of the head, and just pause there. So now the eyes and the nose are lined up again. Both looking forward and just breathing into the back of the neck. Take another breath here. And then when you're ready, let the chin come towards the chest, release the arm down, and just take a few breaths there. You can close off the eyes for a moment. And roll the head back up. All right, we're going to come onto the back, onto a bridge prep. We're going to start with the same exact one we were just doing seated. So you're going to be in bridge prep, knees towards the ceiling, hands interlaced behind the head. Now, if the arms are up here and you can't relax back, just bring something underneath the arms so you can relax. Right? So we want the body supported. So fingers are interlaced, something can be behind the arms. Maybe you don't need something behind the arms. We're just going to pause here for a moment. Now make sure you don't have a big curve in your low back. If you feel a curvature in your low back, just bring the knees towards the chest, rock a little side to side, so you have that relaxed back. And then from here, we're going to do that same nervous system reset. So take a full breath in. I'm going to sit up so you can see what I'm doing with my face. And then look the eyes towards the right corner. Keep the nose pointed forward. And just breathe there. And just let yourself relax into it. And just actively looking towards the right. Nose is pointed forward. And just pause there until you feel that sense of release or relief. So for me, it's a yawn. For others, it might be sometimes you get a muscle twitch. All sorts of little releases that can happen. So just pause with it. Take another few breaths here, looking to the right. And then once you have that release, just let the eyes close off. Let them roll back to center and close off and just rest the eyes for a moment. Just give everyone enough time to really feel that sense of release and relief. And then when you're ready, open the eyes back up and we're going to look the other direction. So looking over to the left, actively looking over to the left, nose pointed straight towards the ceiling. Just keep looking towards the left till you get that little reset button. So for all of us all around the world, I can say that we're all facing the sense of feeling a little bit powerless, perhaps, in what we have control over and what we can do right now. So just allowing that sense of any sort of anxiety or worry, fight or flight that's stuck in the body to just reset. So just remember, as soon as you get that release, you're just going to come back to center, let the eyes go back to center, close out the eyes and rest there. Go ahead and take another full breath in, full breath out. Make sure you're comfortable in your bridge prep. You're going to release your hands and grab your block. And depending where you're at in your own practice, we're going to bring the hips above the heart. So it might just be to the lowest setting. So I'm bringing the block underneath the pelvis. On the bony part of the pelvis, not on the spine. I definitely want it should not be uncomfortable here. Some of you might want to use the medium setting of the block and just place that right under the sacrum. So it should be comfortable. Whichever way you're doing should be comfortable. And we're just going to pause here for a moment. And now we're going to work with the breath. So hands can be on the body or hands can be on the side. And we have the sense of our three areas of breath. We're going to really let the breath fill the body. So basically you're just breathing in, inhaling until you feel full. just like you would eat a meal until you feel full. So just take that inhale breath until you feel full and then pause and swallow. So you don't have to swallow, you're not trying to swallow saliva necessarily, you're just making that movement to swallow. And then whenever you feel ready, exhale it. And just letting the breath exhale the body and just release from the body. And see if you can pause at the bottom of the exhale. And just pause there with the breath out of the body. As long as it feels good. And then take the next inhale in. So inhaling nice and slowly in through the nose, filling up the breath until you feel pretty full. Pausing at the bottom of the inhale, swallowing. So just taking a little swallow. Pausing after the swallow as long as it feels good, and then nice slow exhale. Letting the breath out of the body. Exhaling, 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 and then pausing at the bottom of the exhale. Only as long as it feels nice. Only as long as it feels good. And let's take about 3 more breaths here like that. So just a nice soft inhale. We're not trying to force anything. We're just taking the inhale in as long as it feels nice until we feel full, and then pausing, swallowing, pausing, and then exhaling, letting the breath out of the body really slowly, really gently, pausing at the bottom of the exhale. And then starting the process again. Just slowing the breath down to be super slow, really gentle, not forcing anything. But at the top of the inhalation, swallowing, perhaps pausing, and then letting the exhalation out nice and soft. Letting the exhale leave the body completely, and then pausing at the bottom of the exhale. So depending how fast this cycle of breath is going for you, we're going to take about 2 more. Once you feel full, just swallow. It doesn't have to be a big swallow. Go ahead and finish your last round here. And then once you finish, just allow yourself that nice gap between exhale and inhale. Notice what's happening in the body. And then we're releasing the technique, but we're going to stay here for another breath. So the pelvis is a little bit higher than the heart. We're just going to allow this reversal of the fluids for another breath. And then press into the feet, lift the pelvis, remove the block, set yourself back down. Give yourself a big squeeze here. Squeeze the knees towards the chest. So we've done a couple of things to really relax our nervous system here. Just see how your body feels right now. Just notice. Just rock a little side to side. Feel that whole low back on the mat. It might feel pretty warm right now. And then we're going to start to roll up. So you can release the side-to-side roll, bring the fingertips to the back of the thighs, and give yourself a nice massage from the shoulders to the tailbone. If you feel like you're skipping further back, stay there and round it. And then see if you can bring yourself up to find that balancing point in bridge pose. In boat pose, the other B word. Activate the feet, brighten the toes, and then see if you can let go of the thighs. And then maybe you can straighten the legs. 3 more breaths. Maybe you want to do the exhale down. Inhale, rise up. 2 more breaths. Last one. And then we're going to cross the feet at the ankles. See if we can roll over into our tabletop. And come into tabletop here. Set the knees so they're right under the hips. Bring the hands a little wider than the shoulders and brighten the fingers. And then we're going to take our cat-cow flow here. So first just sway a little side to side. Just feel how it feels in the spine. Maybe take a hip circle. And we're going to come into our cat-cow child's pose flow, and we're going to work with that breath again. So go ahead and untuck the toes. Take a full breath in. As you exhale, round the back in cat, release the crown of the head, and keep exhaling, press yourself back into child's pose. Let the whole breath out of the body. Take a full breath in here, full breath out, relax the crown of the head, relax the tailbone. On an inhale, coming forward into tabletop, and then tucking the toes, finding cow, looking forward, drawing the shoulder blades together in the back. So we'll work with this in two-part breaths. So exhale, untuck the toes, find cat. Press through the organs, around the back, find child's pose. Take a full breath in child's pose, full breath out. On your second inhalation in child's pose, coming forward to tabletop, tucking the toes, finding cow. If you want to add sound, you can meow and moo. Otherwise, just keep flowing, rounding the back of the exhale in cat, taking yourself back in child's pose. Full breath in, full breath out. Inhaling forward into cow, tucking the toes, retracting the shoulder blades towards each other in the back, looking forward. We're going to take 3 more rounds here. So exhale into cat. Find child's pose. Let child's pose be really juicy. See if you can relax the hips even more to come closer to the heels. And then coming forward into tabletop, into cow. That's where we start our move. And then reverse. And just let yourself find your way there in the most fluid way possible. So that it becomes a smooth movement and transition where one just leads into the other. And then coming into our last round here. And then all meeting in child's pose. Pausing in child's pose. You can take the knees wider if you like. You can bring the forehead to the mat or onto a block. You're going to be here 3 more breaths. You can turn your palms over towards the ceiling if that feels good. Full breath in, full breath out. If you've turned your palms to face the ceiling, turn them down towards the floor. Come back into tabletop, take your juicy movement, make a hip circle, sway, whatever you need. And then we're going to extend the right leg long, press into the ball of the right foot, lift the left hand up, lift the right leg up. So we're opposite hand, opposite foot is raised. Take a full breath in there. And then as you exhale, you're going to bring the knee towards the elbow. Now if we slow the breath down, inhale, release, reach the hand away from the foot. Exhale, bring the knee towards the elbow. If we really slow down this breath, we're moving really slowly with control. 3 more. Knee to opposite elbow, rounding the back. Inhale, reach. Exhale, knee to elbow. Last one. Really letting the back round as you draw the elbow to the knee, and then reaching away. Take that stretch, and then bring the left hand back down to the mat. Right knee back down. Extend the left leg long. Bring the ball of the left foot onto the mat, just pressing into the ball of the foot, and then lift the right arm. Lift the left foot. Full breath in. Exhale, knee to elbow. Let up the whole breath. Inhale, reach. So moving really slowly, drawing the elbow towards the knee, rounding the back. So that the movement is slow and with control. Exhaling as the knee comes towards the elbow. Inhaling as the fingertips and the foot reach away from each other. 2 more. So this is a way of slowing down the breath even more. Last one. Really press that breath out of the jaw, knee towards elbow. And then reach. You can bring the right hand back to the mat. Set the left knee down. Take your juicy hip circle. And then from here, with the toes tucked, we're going to start to move into downward dog. So start by placing your hands a little wider than the shoulders. First fingers pointed up towards 12 o'clock. Press into the knuckles and the pads of the fingers. Bring the arm bones alongside the ears to find puppy pose. Knees are still bent. Here we're pressing the hips towards the direction of the heels. Bring the arm bones alongside the body, or side the head rather, and then go ahead and straighten one leg. Take a full breath in, full breath out. Bend both knees, straighten the other leg. Full breath in, full breath out. And then just walk your dog any way that feels good. And just see if you can find a moment of stillness here now, downward dog. On an inhale, we're going to let the right foot float up towards the ceiling, bend the right knee, and then take the knee in a circle, both directions, and then level up the hips. We're going to step that right foot forward between the hands, left knee on the mat, low lunge. Inhale, float up. I'm going to appear opposite to you because I have my right knee forward. We're going to bend the left arm, the opposite one of whatever knee is forward. Bring the other hand, the right hand, onto the top of the left elbow, and then just lean towards the side. So leaning towards the right. So my right foot is holding me steady. I'm just leaning over towards the right, and then just breathing here. Make sure you're looking forward. Heart is opened. And then you'll notice as you breathe, that's when you're opening up here in the armpit, underneath the ribs, in the ribs, on the side of the ribs. Take another full breath in, full breath out. And then come back to center. Lift the hands up towards the ceiling. Full breath in. Now we're going to twist to the right and open the arms up. So you're just turning the whole upper body to look towards the right, open up the arms, and then inhaling forward. Exhale, look to the right, open up the arms. Now you can do a little fancy circle with the right arm, or you can just take a half circle, open up the arms as you exhale. 2 more. Inhale forward. Exhale, turn towards the right, open up the arms. Last one, inhale forward. And we're going to hold here 5 breaths. You can just let that arms open wide. Last one. Beautiful. Turn to face forward. We're going to extend the front leg long, right toes towards the ceiling, and bring our heart towards the right kneecap. Finding a little runner's lunge, Hanuman prep. And you might feel that in your quads a lot, especially if you're a runner or walk up and down the hills of San Francisco. So if you're feeling it in the back of your leg and your fingertip is too much to lean over to grab your blocks, use your hands on the blocks. And you're still just keeping the head in line with the heart. The whole spine is in alignment, and just starting to bring the heart forward towards the knee. Let's take another 2 breaths here. Marvelous. We're going to just start to bend the front knee, walk the hands to frame the foot, step back into our 3-legged dog. Let the right knee come towards the ceiling so that you're opening up that right hip. And just take a full breath there, full breath out. And then go ahead and set both feet down on the mat. Walk it out. knee. Take the knee in a circle, roll out that hip joint. And then go ahead and step the left foot forward. Right knee on the mat, low lunge, other side. Bend both elbows overhead. This time we're going to bring the left palm to the right elbow and just lean towards that left front leg. Leaning towards the side, but on the left side. And then just using the breath. And keep looking forward. You feel your shoulders coming up the back towards your ears, so you can allow them to relax down in the back. 2 more breaths here. It'll be nice and big and expansive. And then go ahead and roll yourself back up to center. Release the hold on the elbows, hands towards the ceiling. Take a full breath in. And then exhale, turn towards the left, open up the arms, twist on the left side, inhale up. Exhale, turn to the left. Inhale up, 3 more. Remember how you get there with the arms is really up to how much fun you want to have, up to you. Last one, we're going to hold here 5 breaths. Open-hearted. So again, notice where your shoulders are in space. You relax them down the back. 1 more. Full breath in. Full breath out. Go ahead and turn forward. Lift the arms up. Extend the front leg. Bring the heart towards the left kneecap. Remember, you can use your hands on the blocks. You can find another full breath in here. And as you exhale, just let the heart come a little closer towards the knee. Keep the toes pointed towards the ceiling, so the left toes are pointed towards the ceiling, right toes can be tucked or untucked. Last breath here. Now let's see if we can transition back into that 3-legged dog. So tuck the right toes if they're not tucked already. Lift the right knee and then take that left foot up towards the ceiling. And then bend the left knee so the left foot's coming towards your bum. Left knee pointed towards the ceiling. Just take a breath there. And then we're going to bring both feet together, back on the mat. Walk it out. And then find your stillness in dog for a moment. Full breath in, full breath out. And we're gonna lean forward into plank. Lower ourselves down to the count of 5, 4. You can bring the knees down if you need. 3, 2, 1. Onto the belly. Moving into Sphinx pose here. Bring the elbows underneath the shoulders. Rock and roll the pelvis, walk the feet away from the head. Do you feel like you have plenty of space in the low back? With the hands, I'm going to press into the floor. It's as if I'm dragging the floor towards me to open up the heart. And then I'm really going to feel today, okay, I can still release a little bit more there in the buttocks. Now, usually we do quite an active Sphinx pose with the tops of the feet in pressing into the tops of the mat. Today we're going to just relax the legs. So we want the whole low back and legs to feel quite comfortable. And then we're going to take a full breath in here and just start by looking the eyes towards the left. And this time we're going to let the head follow to look towards the left, so the chin is coming towards the left shoulder. And then the eyes are going to keep looking towards the left. So just like we were doing earlier to unwind the nervous system. You're just taking about 5 breaths here, looking all the way to the left. The head is followed, so the chin is towards the left shoulder, but the eyes are still pointing towards the left corner. If you feel anything tightening, just see if you can stay relaxed here for another full release. Maybe if you already get that release, that yawn, you can bring the head back forward. Otherwise, stay with me. 2 more breaths. And then we're gonna let the head come all the way back forward. Same thing, other side. So starting by letting the eyes look to the right, let the head follow, so the chin comes towards the right shoulder. Still drawing the floor towards you to keep the heart lifted, shoulder blades retracted together in the back, and then just pausing there. Eyes are still looking deeply to the right corner. Chin is towards the right shoulder. Stay there, you got this. Draw the floor towards you, it's gonna give you a little bit more space in the spine. One more, big full breath in. Relaxing into the exhale. And then go ahead and turn the head back towards center. Relax the eyes, close the eyes off. We're going to stack the wrists here. Bring the forehead to the wrist and just take one big full breath in. Feel the air fill the area of the belly. Full breath out, relax into the mat. Walk the hands back underneath the shoulders, tuck the toes, move into your tabletop. Take a hip circle here, each direction in tabletop, and then press into the hands, tuck the toes, find your way back to downward dog. Take any movement in dog that feels nice. And then find your way to your most comfortable downward dog. A full breath in. Full breath out. On an inhale, we're going to let the right foot float up, bend the right knee. This time we're going to exhale the right knee to the right elbow, and then inhale back, extend that right foot towards the ceiling. Exhale the right knee towards the left elbow. Inhale back, foot towards the ceiling. Exhale the knee towards the nose, rounding the back. Take a full breath in. And then set the foot down between the hands. We're coming into warrior one. So you're going to turn that back heel down, press up, hips are pointed forward, hands towards the ceiling. So the front knee is stacked right over the front ankle. The back foot is about 45 degrees. Now if you feel teetering here, walk the right foot out to the right. See that the hips are pointed forward or maybe just slightly to the left, right? So hips are either, the headlights of the hips are either pointed forward or a little bit 45 degrees. Take another breath here, and then as you exhale, see if you can draw the shoulders down away from your ears. And then we're gonna release the hands down, interlace the hands behind the back. Draw the knuckles towards the back heel, coming into humble warrior. So before we humble ourselves, we're going to open up the heart. Shoulder blades coming together towards the back and also down away from the ears. Now sometimes I put the first fingers, the pointer fingers up so that everything is interlaced except the pointer finger. It helps keep the palms together a little bit. We're going to, on an exhale, bring the nose just inside the right knee. Let the hands float towards the ceiling. So this is why it's important to have a steady foundation. Once you're here, you're just allowing the hands to come up, overhead, active in the feet, really holding yourself up here to just humble yourself forward, draw the shoulder blades together. If you can find 2 more breaths. We're going to float up on the inhale so we can soften the elbows. Float up, release the hands, let the hands come up overhead. And then once again, we're going to turn towards the right. So we're going to open the arms up, turn towards the right. Same thing we were doing in low lunge. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, turn towards the right. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, turn towards the right for your twist. So you might find the heel comes up a little bit, that's fine. Don't fight it. Last one. 5 breaths. Awesome. Back up, center. And now we're going to take pyramid, bringing the belly towards the front thigh. Just setting the upper body on top of the thigh and then stepping the back foot in. Finding pyramid pose here. So both legs are straight, letting the crown of the head relax towards the floor. So it's as if you're waterfalling the upper body, the torso over the front leg. And just allow yourself this moment here. And then full breath in. See if there's anything else you can relax. The waterfall and cascade down. And we're going to start to keep the hands on the mat. And see if we can walk ourselves back in the downward dog. So just walk yourselves back. Walk the dog a moment. And then we'll do the same thing on the other side. So go ahead and inhale the left leg up. Bend the left knee. Exhale, bring the left knee to the left elbow. Inhale the foot up. Exhale the left knee to the right up. Inhale, extend. Exhale, bring the nose to the knee to the nose. Take a full breath in there. And then set the foot down on the mat. We're coming into warrior one to start, so take your back foot out about 45 degrees. Rise up. Find your warrior one stance so the hips are forward, or maybe just a little bit facing towards the right. Let the shoulders come down away from the ears, and then when you feel ready here, bring the arms down, interlace the hands behind the back. So I really like to take time here to move the shoulders towards each other and then draw the knuckles towards the back heel. Take another breath there, let the collarbones open, let the heart open. Make sure I feel steady here. And then bring the nose just inside the left knee, let the hands float towards the ceiling. And we're taking about 3 more breaths here, so just letting the crown of the head relax, the jaw relax. Just let those hands keep floating up. And then pressing into the feet, floating back up, finding warrior one. Hands towards the ceiling, letting the shoulders come down away from the ears. Take a full breath in, and then taking that twist again on the exhale, turning towards the left. Inhaling forward. So you might find that as you turn towards the left, you want to bring that heel up. That's fine. Maybe in a high lunge twist. 3 more. All right, last one. We're holding for 5 breaths. Stay here. You got this. You got this. You got this. 1 more. All right, go ahead and twist forward. We're going to go ahead and bring the belly onto the front thigh. Relax the head down. Get a little bit comfortable here, and then just step the back foot forward. So that allows us to have a shorter stance. Straighten the knees, relax the head. See if you can find 3 more breaths here. And then we're going to go ahead and just walk the feet back. Bring the hands to the mat. Walk the feet back in a downward dog. Walk out the dog. Take any adjustments you need to, and then see if you can find a moment here in downward dog. Just find stillness, a little rest, a little respite. And then once again, we're going to bring ourselves forward into plank. We're going to take a count of 5 to lower down. So if you want to bring the knees down now, please do. And then we're going to lower down onto the belly. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Set yourself all the way down. Coming back into Sphinx pose. We're going to make sure we rock and roll the hips out so we feel quite comfortable here. You can grab the floor, draw the floor towards you with the arms, and you feel this lift of your heart. Now you can watch me first, what we're going to do, and then join me. So I'm going to find my Sphinx pose here. Here's the full Sphinx. I'm going to relax the feet today, relax the legs. Make sure I'm not holding anything in the buttocks. I'm just going to let my head relax so it's in line with the spine, so I'm actually looking down towards my hands. And then I'm going to bend one leg at the knee and just look up and forward. And then exhale that leg back down, look back down at the hands. And then inhale the left leg up, bending the knee so the foot's going towards the hand, and at the same time, looking forward. And then exhaling the leg down, looking back down at the hands on the mat. So that's it. We're just bending one knee, looking forward, exhaling the leg back to the mat, looking down between the hands. And then other side. So again, you can think about a nice slow breath. This is a little bit of a nerve gliding here. So bending one leg, gently looking forward. And you'll find the more that you can keep drawing the floor towards you, the more open you're going to stay in that thoracic spine, the area around the heart. Carry on by your own self, just bending one knee, looking forward gently, drawing the floor towards you, keeping open in the heart, and then even staying open in the heart, just looking the head down, and then back up. So it's a pretty small movement in the neck, just bending at the knee. Go ahead and take a few more each side. Last one each side. Then exhaling back into Sphinx. Go ahead and shake the buttocks side to side, shake the hips out, and then one more time we're going to stack the wrists, place the forehead on the wrists, and just take a full breath in, full breath out. Feel the compression of the belly on the mat, and then just exhale, let the weight of the body just sink into the mat. Take one more breath there, feel that full relaxation. And then we're going to walk the hands back underneath the shoulders, bring ourselves up into our tabletop, take our juiciest movement here, hip circles, figure eights, swing, and then cross the feet at the ankles, and we're bringing ourselves onto the back. Our time together goes so quickly. Here we are already at the end, already reset. Find a way to the back, hug the knees to the chest. It's going to just reset the low back. And then we're going to find our way back into our bridge prep where we started. This time taking a twist, so we'll take our double leg twist. I'm going to use the block. Press into the feet, lift the pelvis, take the pelvis over to the right, set it down, lift the legs, place the spacer between the knees, taking the legs over to the left. And once I'm here, I want to make sure that the legs are supported. If they're hanging in the air, I can make sure the opposite shoulder is also on the mat. So if it's just a little bit up, bend the arms, lift the shoulders, steady yourself between the two shoulders. And then here I invite you to take one more round of that vagus nerve reset by letting your nose stay pointed towards the ceiling, and this time just looking the eyes over to the right. If that doesn't feel like it's serving you today, then you can take the cervical cervical spine twist and turn the whole head to look towards the right. So whichever one feels like it serves you best today. Just allowing yourself to rest and reset here in this twist. Just going to take about 5 more breaths here. So if there's anything else you want to do to unwind here in this twist, you want to go ahead and let your whole head move towards the right. Chin towards the right shoulder, up to you. Start to move out of the twist. So if you look to the right, go ahead and roll the head back to center. Reach down and remove the block. And then just walk the feet back in. Walk yourself arm to the back. Tuck the knees towards the chest. Rock a little side to side. Give yourself a little squeeze. And then same thing, other side. From bridge press into the feet. Lift the pelvis. Scooch the pelvis to the left, set it down. Lift the legs, space between the legs. Legs are coming over to the right. That left shoulder comes up. Just press into the arm bones. Steady yourself a little bit more evenly between the shoulders. And then see if you can start by just looking the eyes towards the left. Get this one last moment of reset here. Just giving yourself this time to keep the nose pointed towards the ceiling, lift the eyes over to the left until you feel that release. It feels good if it serves you to look the whole head over to the left, bring the chin towards the shoulder, close off the eyes, whatever's going to serve you for the last 5 breaths in this pose. All right. If you move the head to look towards the left, just roll it up gently back to center. Go ahead and reach down, remove the block, roll back onto the back, hug the knees towards the chest, rock a little side to side. We're going to come into our Savasana now. So if you have a pillow or something to place under the knees, go ahead and bring that underneath the knees. All that does is help keep the low back relaxed. So you have less of a curve there in the low back. And then tuck one shoulder blade in towards the spine and then the other so that the arms can be a little bit away from the body, palms towards the ceiling. We've done a lot to stretch the eyes out. So if you'd like to just take the eyes in a gentle circle clockwise with the eyelids open or closed, go ahead and take the eyes gentle circle clockwise and then pause. Take it a gentle circle counterclockwise. And then pause and then see if you can just let the eyes relax back into the head, just as if they're sinking back into the skull. And then I'm going to guide you through just a very short little body scan from the toes to the top of the crown of the head. So you can, it's auto-suggestive, so you can repeat to yourself after me. Toes relax, feet relax, ankles relax. Calves relax, knees relax, thighs relax. Hips relax. Pelvis relax. Buttocks relax. Belly relax. Low back relax. Heart relax. Mid back relax. Throat relax. Upper back relax. Shoulders relax. Upper arm relax. Elbow relax. Lower arm relax. Wrists relax. Hands relax. Fingers relax. Neck relax. Jaw relax. Face relax. Mind relax. My whole body is completely relaxed. The whole body is completely relaxed. For those of you who are looking towards sunset and towards the night, I invite you to just stay where you're at and just take a little longer Savasana tonight. For those of you where it's daytime and morning, just go ahead and breathe a little deeper here so you can wake up the fingers and toes. Roll out the wrists and the ankles. Let the arms come up alongside the ears. Bring the knees towards the chest and then roll onto one side of the bed. And then press yourself up, find a comfortable seat, and just give yourself a few breaths in a comfortable seat to really draw this relaxation with you through the rest of the day. So in your comfortable seat, just notice now how it feels inside the body. You can bring one hand across the chest, one hand across the belly, just where we started, giving ourselves this nice big hug, and just tune into this feeling of breathing deep, giving ourselves a little compression, a little hug. And just taking this relaxation with you through the rest of your day, through the rest of your Friday, into your weekend. Thank you all for continuing to join me in this space. Love meeting you here. And I hope you have a great weekend.